Welcome to Quick Bite, your fast and friendly Florida insurance update.
Hello. This is Roshonda, agency owner of the Isom Insurance Group here in the Sunshine State of Florida, welcoming you back to another Quick Bite episode, your fast and informative insurance market update. Today is Monday, January the 19th, 2026. And we officially are wrapping up week one of Florida legislative 2026 session, which kicked off on January the 13th. And if you've been wondering whether anything actually happened yet, the answer is yes. A lot happened. Insurance bills are already moving through, committees are active. And the tone in Tallahassee has clearly shifted from can the market survive to how we can make insurance more affordable for consumers. So today's quick bite is your Florida insurance market alert, a clear, no nonsense update on where the key insurance issues stand as of uh, Friday, January the 16th, and what you should be watching next. Let's get into it. Let's start with one that always grabs headlines: PIP repeal, or no fault insurance repeal. The effort to dismantle Florida's no fault auto insurance system officially began this week with SB 522 in the Senate and HB 769 in the House. Both bills are now introduced and sitting in subcommittee. HB 769 has already been referred to the Civil Justice and Claims Subcommittee, the Insurance and Banking Subcommittee. This is where the real debate begins. The big difference this year: here's the key details that matter. Unlike prior attempts, the current bill text sets a delayed effective date of January the 1st, 2027. That is intentional. Remember, I discussed this in a previous video. Lawmakers are clearly trying to avoid the premium shock that caused earlier repeal efforts to be vetoed. Under this proposal, PIP would be eliminated. Mandatory bodily injury limits would be required. Minimum limits would be $25,000 per person, $50,000 per occurrence. What to watch next? Expect is expect You should be watching for intense debate next week in the Insurance and Banking Subcommittee, especially from trial attorneys, medical provider groups. The biggest concern: how medical billing and access to care would function without PIP. Next up, citizens' property insurance, and this bill is moving quickly as well. HB 909 has had its first reading on January the 13th and is already in the Insurance and Banking Subcommittee. That speed matters. What HB 909 does: this bill proposes increasing the dwelling replacement cost for citizens' policies from 1 million to 1.5 million, and counties defined as having limited private market competition. So again, that's more so for the down south counties, your Miami-Dade area, where it's really hard to find carriers that are writing properties down there. This is designed to give higher value homeowners an option when private carriers simply aren't writing policies. The catch, and there is one, of course: for homes in this expanded bracket, annual rate increases would be mandatory. Increases are capped at 10% per year. The goal is to create a glide path, allowing coverage now, but pushing these policies back to the private market once competition improves. So, in plain English, citizens can help, but it's not meant to be permanent. Again, they're already trying to shed a lot of policies because when the market really turned on its head, citizens became the insurer of first resort instead of the insurer of last resort, as it was intended to be. So any bills that they're doing to try to increase capacity in citizens, you can guarantee they're going to put some type of safeguard to make sure that once the private market is writing or accepting new policies in that area, that people don't just stay with Citizens, that they're getting shed out of Citizens. One of the most consumer-friendly bills this session is already gaining traction, HB 527, dealing with artificial intelligence and claims handling. This one is kind of like, I'm really watching this one. It's kind of unique, and it's kind of like interesting just to see how technology is now clashing with the insurance market and what's really going on, and how, now we're creating laws and bills and things to kind of address this. Kind of interesting to me. This bill has cleared the House Insurance and Banking Subcommittee, passed with a unanimous vote. Its Senate companion, SB 202, was introduced on day one of the session. Why this matters. This bill includes the human in the loop protection. What that means, an insurer cannot deny or reduce a claim based solely on AI. A qualified human professional must independently review and approve any denial. AI can assist, but it cannot replace human judgment when your claim is on the line. This bill has strong momentum and broad support. Now let's talk about the biggest thing in Florida always when it comes to homes, roofs. Because Florida always talks roofs. HB 815 was filed in late December and officially referred to the Insurance and Banking Subcommittee earlier this month. It is now awaiting its first hearing, the 5-year rule. That's what this bill is talking about. This bill remains intact and states, if authorized inspector determines a roof has 5 or more years of useful life remaining, an insurer cannot refuse to issue or renew a policy based solely on age of roof. It also introduces a new requirement. This is the part that's new. The part about the 5 years, that's already been in existence. We're already dealing with that right now in the current market. But this is the new part. Insurers must differentiate between low slope and steep slope roofs. This could prevent thousands of forced non-renewals, especially for well-maintained older homes. This one is kind of interesting. Now let's talk about the proposals that aren't making headlines yet, but absolutely matter. The clean slate discount. This is SB 1476 and HB 775. This is one of the most interesting ideas this session. The proposal would require insurers to provide premium discounts for homeowners with a claim-free period. The important part, storm claims, acts of God, cannot disqualify you. Discounts are also required for proactive mitigation improvements. This bill was filed January 8th and is already in early committee review. That was kind of interesting. Monitoring, the next one, that's another bill, is monitoring affiliate payments. This is HB 1399. This bill targets how insurers pay their own affiliate companies. It would require insurers to prove that payments to sister companies like adjusters, software providers, service vendors are fair and reasonable. This is being discussed as a way to ensure that record profits seen in 2025 actually translate into consumer relief, not just accounting maneuvers. Interesting. Another one is property tax relief for insured homes, HJR 209. This proposal would create 100,000 homestead exemptions specifically for homeowners who maintain active property insurance. The logic, if the state can't lower your insurance premium directly, they want to offset the cost through tax relief. This is still early stage discussion, but it's gaining attention. I like that one. I do. I'm very interested to see if that one comes out. The next one, disputed claim resolution. This is HB 459 and SB 108. This bill is part of a broader affordability push. It would create a mandatory dispute resolution process, provide a consumer pamphlet, require the Florida Department of Financial Services to provide a consumer pamphlet explaining alternatives to litigation. The goal is to reduce time, cost, stress of fighting an insured over a claim. Here's the big take. Let me stop on that. Some companies are already rolling this out, like they already have this as an endorsement where you can sign and get a discount on your policy by agreeing to mandatory arbitration or mandatory mediation. So what that does is instead of if you have a dispute on a claim, instead of filing litigation, you agree to go through arbitration or mediation and settle it that way. And like I said, some companies already have this rolled out, and they're already giving a discount on your policy if you agree to go through, agree to this endorsement on your policy. So here's the big takeaway from week one. The conversation in Tallahassee has clearly shifted. This session is less about emergency market survival and more about affordability, transparency, consumer protection. Nothing changes overnight, but direction matters. So if today's Florida insurance market alert helped you understand what's happening in Tallahassee and how it could affect your auto or your home insurance, now is a great time to review your coverage and make sure you're positioned properly. And you can do that by visiting our website. Again, it's right below me on the screen. It's isominsurancegroup.com. You can request a no obligation policy review. Insurance laws move slowly until they don't. Preparation always beats reaction. If you found this episode helpful, please like this video, share with your friends and neighbors, and drop comments below with any topics or questions that you would like for me to address in any future episodes. Quick Bite episodes drop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. This video is for educational purposes only, and you should not be taken as legal, tax, or insurance advice. Please consult a licensed insurance professional regarding your specific situation. This is Roshonda with the Isom Insurance Group here in sunny Florida. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Please stay safe out there. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Visit us at isominsurancegroup.com.